Hey guys, I'm Fellow Blanks, and welcome to another NPC! So, Smash Brothers is the big thing. I'm sorry that I've been talking about Smash Brothers so much, but it's not gonna stop because I adore Smash Brothers. So, last year, before we knew that a new Smash Brothers was gonna be on its way, I did a five first-party characters I'd like to see in Smash Brothers. And now that there is actually gonna be a Smash Brothers this year, I figured, why the hell not? Here's 5 more first-party characters I want to see in Smash Brothers. Only one of my predictions was actually correct from last time, and that was Inkling, which wasn't even actually on the 5, because at the beginning of the video I said, like, Inkling is so obviously gonna be there. And the other character that I said that was gonna be super obvious was Springman or Ribbon Girl from ARMS, and I still say that. I still say they're going to be announced if they haven't already been announced before this video goes up. But I honestly think that Springman or Ribbon Girl, someone from ARMS is going to be there. So it's stupid not to. There are 2 other characters that aren't going to be on this list because I think it's super obvious they're going to be in Smash Brothers. But we actually don't know who they are yet, and that is a Pokemon from whatever the next Pokemon game is, which will probably be the Switch Pokemon game from next year. We'll have some sort of representative from that one. It'll probably be the first Pokemon we see from that generation. We just don't know who it is, but I mean, that tends to be the way it goes. I doubt they'll put someone from Sun and Moon or X and Y. If they do put someone from Sun and Moon, it's probably Decidueye. I think everyone kind of agrees with that, but I actually think it might be someone from the new Pokemon game to kind of get hype. And the other character is the unnamed Lord character from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Sakurai loves putting Fire Emblem characters in there, and the Fire Emblem characters have always been used to advertise the next Fire Emblem game. So whoever is the main character from Three Houses, I think they're going to be in the game. I don't think that's even a question, so that's why they're not on this list. It's not fun to talk about a character we know literally nothing about. The rest of these are a little bit more in the air of whether or not they actually will be in Smash Brothers, but I think all 5 of these do make sense. There's only a couple I think will actually happen, but these are 5 characters I'd like to see in Smash Brothers. What I usually like to do with these types of things when I think of who belongs in Smash Brothers and who doesn't belong in Smash Brothers is think about what franchises have yet to be fully represented, and if they have a villain, if they have female characters, if they have like a lot of their characters that make that game that game. Out of pure coincidence, 4 out of these 5 characters are villains. I didn't mean for that to happen, but just sort of happened. But it also goes to show that villains are underrepresented in Smash Brothers, so it's about time to bring them some villains. So let's start this off actually with the only one character that is not a villain on this list. Number 1, Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'll admit straight off the bat, I haven't played any of the Xenoblade games, so I don't really know how the games work in terms of how the mechanics are and how the battles are. I do know that Rex is the main character from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, just like Shulk was the main character from Xenoblade Chronicles 1. The only other thing that I really know, and correct me if I'm wrong because again, I know very little about this game, is that apparently these girl characters and other characters are literally like blades, and they're literally weapons. So the idea of like Rex being the playable character, but like a lot of the attacks being done by these other characters would just be really cool, and obviously Rex would be able to do his own stuff too. But just by watching like 3 minutes of the battles in this game, it's clear that there is tons to draw from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to put into Rex's moveset. So I don't see why he wouldn't be in there, it just makes a lot of sense to me. If they put Shulk in there and they made him a really cool character, I don't see why Rex wouldn't be able to be there. And I know before you go on and say, yes, I agree, there are way too many sword wielders in Smash Brothers. But that's the way it is. If there's a lot of sword wielders in Nintendo franchises, then there's going to be a lot of sword wielders in Smash Brothers. That's just the way it is, the way it makes sense. But yeah, Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you guys know more about this character than I do, so you give me some good ideas on give me some reasons why he belongs in Smash Brothers, because I like his design, and I think Xenoblade is big enough to warrant being in Smash Brothers. Now on to the villains. Number 2, King K. Rool from Donkey Kong Country. Out of all the characters on this list, this is the one that I can't believe isn't actually already in Smash Brothers. King K. Rool lends himself to Smash super well. 1, a villain, 2, another heavyweight, 3, so many friggin' ideas and moves for his moveset. He's a villain, he's the main villain of Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, and Donkey Kong 64. including a bunch of other games that he's been in too, but those 4 games alone, you fight him directly at the end, and each time he's completely different. So you could have like his crown throw and summoning cannonballs from Country 1, you'd have his big gun that shoots out the little fog things that makes you like act weird from Donkey Kong Country 2. In number 3, he's got a jetpack and electrical floors, and like there's so much that King K. Rool can do. I have no idea why he's not already in the game. And to be honest, for other Donkey Kong representatives, sure you can have Dixie, maybe Funky, but they just kind of play similar to either Diddy or Donkey. So to have King K. Rool is a brand spanking new character. How the hell is he not already in this? Get King K. Rool in there. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. The internet is a buzz on King K. Rool should be like the next character they show off. And I sort of agree with that. King K. Rool deserves a spot in Smash Brothers. Number 3, Vaati from The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. I know I've started this video saying that I wanted to choose characters from series that are underrepresented, but let's be honest, I think people are starting to forget that there's characters other than Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf, because there are. In fact, Ganondorf's not the villain in a lot of Zelda games. Out of all the non-Ganondorf villains, my favorite is Vaati by far from Minish Cap. I love the Minish Cap. I think he's an interesting character. I think that his style would be kind of cool because he'd be more mage-like than Ganondorf is. He doesn't have a lot of moves to really choose from Minish Cap, mostly like the floating eyeball lasers that kind of surround him. Probably a few other things too, but like basically he's a mage compared to Ganondorf's brute strength. Also, it'd be just kind of cool to see another character with the Toon style that Toon Link gets, and I don't know why they haven't done any other characters from that, so... You know, I just think it'd be really cool. Legend of Zelda has so many more things that they can concentrate on than just these 3 main characters. So I think bring Vaati. Vaati might not be the most interesting character in The Legend of Zelda, but I think he's one of the better villains. So yeah, put him in there. So I finally got into Kid Icarus Uprising after like, I don't know, 6 years or something that it's been out. And for a while I actually thought of Magnus for Smash Brothers, and he was originally going to be in one of these countdowns. But after playing it fully, I really see that only one other character, if you had to choose just one other character from Kid Icarus who would be in it, and that's Hades. Hades might be my favorite Nintendo villain. I think he's amazingly hilarious. His voice acting is so spot on. He's so nonchalant about being evil. And really that's just a big compliment to the translation and writing and voice acting to this game, because it's some of the best I've ever seen in a Nintendo game. Hades is, simply put, is awesome. He's super powerful, he knows it, he's incredibly confident and charming about it, and I think he'd be a great addition in Smash Brothers to use like otherworldly kind of magic. He could use his other generals from Kid Icarus as attacks or as his final smash or something. He's got a lot of brute strength, but he's clearly like got some magic abilities too. Magnus is just a dude with a sword, and as cool as I think he is, and I do think like if Smash goes on for another like 50 years, sooner or later he's going to be in Smash Brothers. He's just another dude with a sword right now, and we've had enough dudes with swords. So Hades being in there, he's just I mean, look at him. He would stand out, too, I find. His design is so different from a lot of characters in Zelda games. Well, again, Magnus would be just some anime dude with a sword. Some people are like, oh, he's too big, and you don't really get to see him, like the way Palutena was, like, shrunk down, you actually fight her. It's like, yeah, but whatever, Ridley was too big, and he's in there now. So Hades has a shot, I really think. Let's put him in there, bring up some more Kid Icarus love. He belongs there more than friggin' Dark Pit. My last selection is the weird one. I always do the weird kind of like, really, Phil, you want that in Smash Bros? And yeah, I do. And that is Captain Syrup from the Wario Land games. Wario still only has one character representing 2 series, Wario Land and WarioWare. And if you're not going to put Jimmy in Smash Brothers, hashtag Jimmy for Smash Brothers, then put in the villain. I mean, Wario games aren't really known for their villains. In fact, none of them are super memorable, but Captain Syrup's appeared in the most games. You don't actually ever directly fight her other than in Wario Land 2, where she's driving around in this like bomb contraption. In Wario Land Shake It, she's a merchant, so she's actually kind of, I wouldn't say gone good, but she's clearly not the villain in that game. And in Wario Land 1, you actually fight the genie, you don't fight her herself. But I think she's an interesting looking character. Her design is really cool. She hasn't been in a game for 10 years now since Shake It, so it's about time to bring her back, especially if you're going to be bringing back other Wario games, like WarioWare Gold's about to hit, so why not bring other Wario Land style characters? I think it'd be cool if all her abilities and all her things were centered around explosions. Which would be really cool, because that's like she's in that bomb thing from Wario Land 2. So like, what if a lot of things, like she's got like maybe the sword because you know she's a pirate, so she has like piratey moves. But like a lot of her specials were like bombs and stuff. Like even her up B could be like some sort of bomb that propels her upwards, and or maybe she gets the little ride-on bomb thing. But basically, I think she's a cool design. And one of the things you need in Smash Bros. Right now is cool designed characters, especially with all the Fire Emblem characters and whatnot. So having characters that really, really stand out among the rest in a giant 8-player Smash is really needed, so. Anyways, those are my 5 characters that I'd like to see in Smash. I actually have a lot more characters than that I want to see in Smash, but those are the 5 that I wanted to talk about today. Just for fun, I guess. The ones that I think make the most sense. I could go into really, really obscure characters, but maybe that's a video for another day. And if you think I'm done talking about Smash right now, I'm sorry, I'm not. There's gonna be a lot of Smash videos, mostly NPC stuff, just because I like Smash so much, and I think there's a lot to talk about with it. So apologies if you're not a big Smash fan. Don't worry, it'll blow over soon enough. But anyways, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know who you want to see in Smash Brothers. List your 5 characters you want to see in Smash in the comments below. First party, third party, I don't really care. Just tell me. I'm interested in hearing other people, because this is like how I thought of like Vadi and King K. Rool, was hearing other people's opinions on those, and that kind of got me on board with it. So please do so. Anyways, guys, this was NPC. I'm Fill in the Blanks. Take care, guys.